Whoa, it's a brand new year! Happy 2025, everybody, and congratulations! We made it around the sun once again. And now, it's time for the next lap. Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year indeed. I'm your humble host, Ultra Director Jester, and let me begin by saying thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around with me and laughing along to all of my shenanigans. This will be year number 13 that I've been making videos for you all, and while 13 is indeed an unlucky number, I am lucky to have you here, and it is your laughter that keeps me going. Numbers mean little to me, so long as I can spread even a modicum of joy to others, and I hope I've been able to do that for you over the years. Whether you've been watching me for 10 days or less, or 10 years or more, you keep this hamster wheel a-spinnin'. And a-spinnin' it has been. Believe me, we've got a stacked year ahead of us, full of new projects and other fun stuff. We've got tons of video games to play over and make funny words over them. So let's stop getting all sentimental and let's get to some motherfucking game announcements! Welcome to UDJ's 2025 Project Announcement Video 2025! In 2025! For the year 2025! Last year was probably one of, if not the biggest year for the channel. There were a lot of endings, so to speak. We saw the end of not only the Metroid series with Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, but we also cleared the final Trauma Center game with Trauma Team, as well as finishing off the last of the Sonic Action Replay series with Sonic Adventure DX Action Replay. Not to mention the last two Pizza Tower playthroughs, effectively ending that series as well. But tying up loose ends wasn't all we did last year. We had a lot of horrifying scares with Deathmark 2, our Halloween special. We cleared the likes of Princess Peach Showtime on the Super Mario RPG make. And we had a lot of laughs with our annual Advent Calendar special for the third year in a row. And that's not even counting the stuff we did on TheNSCL's channel. It's been a busy year for sure. But now that 2024 is no 2020 more, let's see what's going 2020 live in 2025. This year, we've got a lot of stuff in the works. There's a lot I want to do for both the channel and for myself as a creator. I'm itching to get to some of these projects, some of them pretty ambitious, especially for me, but I can't wait to throw all I have into them. This year, I have 7 announcements to make, all looking to air in the first half of the year. So, why don't we get started with the most obvious one? I mean, hey, it's only going to be on the channel for a 3rd straight year.
Is there no hope for redemption? The answer, sadly, is clear.
You know, I was supposed to finish this game a lot earlier, but then they went and made a DLC half the size of the base game itself, and that kind of threw a wrench into that plan.
Promise me you'll be my consort.
So I pretty much took the entire month of June to clear through it, and now we're finally ready to delve into it. Kind of. Part 2 of Season 3 of Elden Ring is Shadow of the Erdtree. Keeping track? Good, because before we can finish the game proper and put this to bed, we gotta go through the expansion first. Starting tomorrow, and every Tuesday and Thursday going forward, we're back in the saddle to tackle Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Mark my words, we will see this damn game beaten before we come back here for 2026's announcement. Unless they announce Elden Ring 2, or like a second expansion or something, or... Let's move on to the next project. So, last year, I ran out of Metroid games. I did all of them. Literally. Even the bad one, even the pinball one. So, where do we go from here? Well, we're gonna wait until Metroid Prime 4, obviously, which is going to be on the channel, you better believe it. It just depends on whether it's going to be late 2025 or early 2026, or at all if it turns out to be dog shit, which it won't. But anyway, what do we do in the meantime? More Castlevania games? Maybe. How about those new Metroidvanias like Tau, or that new Prince of Persia? Man, I don't know. How about Hollow Knight? Nope. Well, I can't come to a decision right away, so in the meantime, I think I got a good enough idea.
When you're in trouble, call for backup. You can call on the powers of your new friends, unlock puzzles, defeat enemies, and gain new abilities in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Rated E for everyone, only for Game Boy Advance.
Well, it's kinda like a Metroidvania, isn't it? No? Yeah, whatever. It's been some time since we did a Kirby game, and here's one I wanted to do as soon as it came to Switch Online. We were going to do it last year, but Pizza Tower just had to come to Switch around the same time, so we pushed it back to Arena New Year. But this has been an entry on my gaming bucket list for a while now, ever since this came out in 2004. This game boasted that, oh, you can play with up to 4 people and play Kirby in multiplayer! But you'd need multiple consoles to play on, multiple copies of the game, multiple link cables to link everyone together, if they work that is, and everyone had to be a big enough Kirby fan to play it to completion. But now that it's on Switch, it's mildly easier. You just need multiple consoles to play on, multiple Switch Online expansion passes, and, well, you can only have 2 people, I think. I mean, you only want 2 people because the lag is fucking atrocious. Honestly, I don't know if we're even going to keep up with the multiplayer aspect for too long. Whatever! TheNSCL and I are hitting up Kirby in the Amazing Mirror one way or another, and it starts next week, Mondays and Wednesdays. This isn't a very long game, and with 2 people it's going to take even less time, but who can say no to a little Kirby to ring in the new year? Hope you all enjoyed Bargain Bin Lounge, a new variety series where we just do a one-shot every weekend of a game that costs $5 or less. We're taking a bit of a break for a little while just to let the old creative juices flow back in and get some new ideas, find some more bargains, do some redesigning, try to obtain a liquor license, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's fill the weekend slot in the meantime with something fun! Cult of the Lamb! It's one half city building and management, one half Binding of Isaac clone. Now it's also added a local co-op mode, and that means TheNSCL and I are gonna play through it for the channel! What more could you ask for? What, sex, booze, and guns? Well, they added those too! We played this one back in Advent Calendar 2023, and since then, well, there's been a lot of QOL updates of the game with, geez, even more to come it sounds like. So together, UDJ and the TheNSCL, please laugh, it's the best we could do, we'll start Cult of the Lamb cooperatively as Lamb and Goat. The new weekend series starts this Saturday, noon Eastern Standard. Bargain Bin Lounge will resume afterwards. Okay, now that we've covered what's airing in the next few days, now is the time where we look into the future. Perhaps not that far. Like I said, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror will be an incredibly short series. Like, I'll be lucky if I can fill up the entire month of January. We'll see. So, I'm gonna need to find something to air afterwards and quick. Something out of left field. Oh, how about this one?
Festival troops wreaking havoc all over Japan. Disguised as a boy, Bakeru the Tanuki takes them on with his drum. Transform into Japanese fairy tale heroes like Momotaro and Kintaro and use their special skills. And you can't forget the giant robot battles. Bakeru's action-packed adventure through Japan begins. Available now for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
It's Bakeru! Or Mameda Bakeru! Otherwise Google will think you misspelled bakery. It's either that or Otogi Katsugeki Mameda no Bakeru Oracle Saitoru no... Last year we covered Goodfield's Princess Peach Showtime, and now this year we're hitting up their Ganbare Goemon's spiritual successor, Bakeru. Hey, Goemon! I kinda know those games! And this game was made by most of the same people who worked on the PlayStation 2 and other later Goemon games we never got in the States! Oh boy! It's a zany platforming affair, complete with the wacky Japanese-style humor and charm you'd expect, and tons of trivia tidbits we'll be fact-checking, and just some good, solid fun all around. After we finish Kirby the Amazing Mirror, Bakeru will air on Mondays and Wednesdays, probably sometime in February. Okay, it's tradition at this point. We played at least one Sonic game every year for the past several years now. This year's not going to be any different. So, what's it going to be? Sonic Unleashed? Sonic Lost Worlds? Sonic Chronicles? Nope! Even worse! Oh, well, maybe not worse than Chronicles. But still, brace yourselves.
A new world.
New world!
Previously unexplored. Wild and vile.
Finally, something interesting. Ha! Let's do it!
This year's Sonic game is actually two games. It's the Sonic Storybook series for the Wii, with Sonic and the Secret Rings, followed by Sonic and the Black Knight. When I was playing through Sonic Adventure DX last year, I revisited both of these games for fun, and what I found was that the much maligned Sonic and the Secret Rings was actually a little better than I remembered. I'm kinda excited to talk about this one. Sonic and the Black Knight, on the other hand, I have never played before, and when I tried it, it really lived up to its 5 out of 10 reputation, I gotta say. But I think I'm excited to talk about that one as well, too. After we cleared the Elden Ring DLC, whenever the hell that will be, we'll be sliding the Sonic Storybook series in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we're back with Elden Ring Season 4 to finally beat the game for real before the year's end. Well, well. The year's looking stacked enough as it is, isn't it? The thing is, I'm not done yet. I'm looking for this year to be my best year. Something, infinite growth, line go up, whatever. Lately, I've been focusing on what I can do to improve myself as a creator. And to do that, I came to 3 key aspects. Number 1, do more solo projects. Number 2, no more blind LPs. Number 3, no more Atlas RPGs. I find it weird that I had no problem tackling a hefty game like Okami as my first solo LP, yet it was a struggle to get through Nocturne, and I don't think streaming 100-hour RPGs is a viable strategy for me anymore. When playing a video game for the internet feels like work, and you're not getting much joy out of it, something's not quite right. The thing is, I still like streaming a little bit. It can be fun. I just can't make it a regular thing or I'll lose interest. So, I figured, let's zoom out a bit and find a solution. I can't do months-long open-ended streams on huge games every single week for a game I know little to nothing about, but I could do a limited stream series on games I do know a lot about. So then I hatched this idea, let it grow, and then the stars aligned. I think this one's gonna be real neat.
Study the past if you would define the future.
All are architects of fate, working in these walls of time.
The great questions of the day will not be settled by means of speeches and majority decisions, but by iron and blood.
I have witnessed the tremendous energy of the masses.
Compete against the greatest leaders of all time as you build an empire to span history.
No! The defense of the cities is our foremost concern!
It's discovery. It's diplomacy. It's your destiny.
Your names shall not be lost.
So it shall be.
So it shall be.
The Civilization Retrospective Series! Alright, check this out. I wonder if Firaxis meant to do this, because there's no way this was a coincidence. Alright, the latest game in the Civilization series, Civ 7, comes out February 11th, 2025. That's literally 7 weeks into the new year until the new game comes out. We can plan an event around that, can't we? So, starting Friday, we're going to be streaming each numbered Civilization game, starting with the original Civ 1 this Friday, January 3rd, and then Civ 2 the week after that on the 10th, 3 the week after, and so on, all leading up to a special Civilization 7 stream on February 14th. Now, these games can take hours, days even, so we're probably just going to duel against the computer on the fastest speed and see how far we get. The first stream will start this Friday, with the VOD planning to go up the following Sunday. Times may vary, you know how things are sometimes, so check out my Blue Sky and our Discord. Whoa, look at that invite link, that's good for 7 days! On times and other details, etc. Alright. I hate to sound like Jeff Keighley, but we've got one final announcement for you all. This last one may be my most ambitious project yet, but this year I really wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to try my hand one last time on an epic RPG series, but instead of wandering blindly into an old-school Atlas-style RPG with cruel encounter rates and ultra-hard difficulty spikes, maybe I could try an RPG I actually want to talk about. Maybe it could be one I actually have experience with, so I won't have to cheat. Maybe it could be one that I'd be willing to play out for weeks on end. Maybe I still haven't learned my goddamn lesson yet.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
This is the very essence of magic.
Take cover!
Metaphor! reFantazio! My game of the year for 2024. Yeah, now I know, it's another big epic Atlas RPG, which I just said was a big no-no, but this one is different than the teeth-gnashingly difficult dungeon crawlers like Nocturne or Digital Devil Saga. No, this one's a modern Atlas RPG, where they streamlined the gameplay to make it far more accessible to ordinary humans. Metaphor is also a rather thought-provoking game. It's a story about politics, about kings, about the prejudice that exists in all of us, about the innate goodness that exists in all of us, about how 1 ounce of compassion can radically change the course of one's life, about how food and communication can lay the foundation for understandings between cultures, about utopias, about dystopias, about fantasy, about fanaticism, about fascism, about true friends, and that's just a short list of things I thought off the top of my head. This game's a massive undertaking, and I'm ready this time. I've already played it through pretty extensively, twice, and I wouldn't mind going over it a couple more times for a Let's Play. I've got to get started right away. Metaphor reFantazio will begin airing on weekends after the Civilization retrospective ends. It will air Saturdays and Sundays, starting February 22nd. Expect a lot of cutscenes and big chunky episodes. I hope you'll stick around and enjoy. Alright, that'll do for now. Sheesh. If this is how the year starts, I'm getting nervous for how the rest of the year is going to look. Just kidding. I love doing this, and I hope you'll keep watching into the new year. There's still more on the horizon, of course, but it seems I've got my work cut out for me. Now scram! I've got things to do! Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the channel!